It's okay.
Hey, as long as she puts on.
Okay. Yeah, that's wow.
You're not in your way.
Okay, this is the colon. We didn't see this one last time. Okay, so what is this main layer from here to here? Mucosa. Good. How about this sublayer?
Muscular. Mucosa muscularis.
Muscularis mucosa. Good. Good job. Good job. Muscularis mucosa. Okay, how about this main layer from here to here? Submucosa. Good. Okay, how about this main layer from here to here? Muscularis externa. And you can see the different layers. Here's the inner circular layer and the outer longitudinal layer. And then very thin serosa right there.
Main layers?
Yeah, that's the main layer. Yes.
How are we gonna cause aren't you gonna ask us what is this, the gallbladder, the stomach, how can we really?
What organ is it?
Yeah.
The colon's probably one of the tougher ones to identify, but you're looking for structures as well as lack of structures as far as identifying. So, do you see villi in the mucosa?
No.
No, so you know it's not the small intestine. Okay, the mucosa layer of this versus the stomach does look a little different. We can put the stomach up next. It does have, it has these. What are these? No villi.
Intestinal crypts.
Those are the intestinal crypts. The stomach doesn't have intestinal crypts. The stomach doesn't have intestinal crypts. So we have intestinal crypts. This is all the lamina propria, okay, in between. What's the little bubbles? Those are goblet cells. Good. And what kind of epithelium will you see in the mucosa? Simple columnar. Good. And let's see if we can find a lymphoid nodule. You see it?
And that's the submucosa.
Okay, so here's the lymphoid nodule. Is that the same thing as a Peyer's patch?
No.
No. Almost. It's just one singular structure by itself. And so this is another identifying factor for the colon. You see one of these by itself. I'll give you a good view. If I'm asking for what's this organ, I'll do the best I can to show you the identifying characteristics.
Sarah, is it always near the top of the submucosal layer?
I don't know. Usually, I guess. Sometimes it even goes up into the mucosa. That's what I was saying in lecture. So, in our slides, yeah, the lymphoid nodules have been typically in the submucosa, but they can extend up in this way too. Okay. Anything else with the colon? Okay. Better. I'm going to take that one down. Let's put the stomach up. That's a pretty tough one.
Esophagus, and the esophagus is going to have the
main layers. Okay, a little tougher for main layers. Some of the organs, the main layers are very clear and some not so much. This one, it's okay. It's just it's not super easy, as some of them are. Well, none of them are super easy, but more definable. So what's this main layer here, from here to here? Mucosa, good. What about this one starts here and goes down to there? Muscularis externa, yeah. It looks like it just, yeah, this is the stomach with cirrhosis, not there, we said. Okay, so big muscularis externa because it has the 3 layers, not really definable layers on our slide. Okay, but 3 layers of oblique and then circular and then longitudinal. The submucosa has a lot of adipose. So here's your main layer for submucosa. Okay, so the mucosa has these gastric pits. Whoops, wrong way. That. Looks pretty different than the colon. I think if you compare them side by side, you'll be able to identify them. So gastric pit is where the opening down in here is the pit, and the gastric gland are a collection of cells down here inside of the pit.
So that large structure, not the little ones there on top?
The glands are inside of the pit.
So these are openings. It's pitted. It's a pitted stomach, and so you're seeing openings to other sections of the stomach as well. But this is one where you got a nice full view of a gastric pit.
So
And
we're seeing the rugae on the other side? Is that like cutaways of that?
the rugae is a macroscopic structure. So see how it kind of goes up and then goes down. That would be if you had a lot of that far away. That would look like kind of a fold. Yeah, I don't think. Okay, well this is pretty visible. This is a sublayer. What's this sublayer here? Yeah, muscularis mucosa. That one's well defined there. I think that's pretty much it for the stomach. Okay, let's do G6R. Christy, can you get G6R, please, out of the box? G6R. Your jejunum, and you want to do ileum or duodenum?
Yes.
Didn't we already do duodenum? Oh wait, no.
Before class? I think we did duodenum. Did we not do ileum?
Yeah.
I think we did both of those. Okay, we'll do jejunum, and then you can choose one more after that. Thank you. Christy, can you get one more?
Yeah.
G7R. See if that one looks a little better. This one I don't like that well because you can't really make out the villi. So that makes it a little harder for you. You want to be able to see the villi in the small intestine. Let's just check with the other one. Oh yeah, this is carbon. Okay. Yeah, this is much better because you can see the villi. So I want to get small intestine. I want you to look for the villi. Okay, this is the identifying factor. So here's a villus, and these are also right. Those are just from other ones that got the tips cut off. Okay, from all the way across. Okay, so here's a villus. So this is the jejunum. Okay, so if we look in the submucosa. Okay, no Peyer's patches. No?
No.
No? Submucosa right here. And what else? It's duodenum. What do we have to look for in the duodenum?
Duodenum.
Duodenal gland? No. None of those. So that's how you can identify that one. Okay, I'll show you, give you a good view, show you all the way through.
Now what are those?
Those are blood vessels.
They're just blood vessels.
Yeah. Alright, so what's this main layer from here to here? Submucosa, great. And what's the sublayer? It's kind of a hard one. What's the sublayer that's right in here? Yeah, that's the lamina propria, and it's also down here in between. Looks like the same type of tissue. That's a realer
So
tissue.
what about that pink layer right there at the end, or like the bottom of the screen? Was that does it go down?
This?
Yeah, with that. That's the muscularis.
Yep. So this is the sublayer of the mucosa. This is the muscularis mucosa.
Okay.
And above that are the intestinal crypts.
Here's the intestinal crypts. Good job.
And they're all the smaller ones in the side.
Yep.
More rounder, smaller.
Yep.
And then the things around the lamina propria is intestinal crypts too?
Up here?
Yeah, the surrounding of it.
No, this is where you find the simple columnar cells. So let's go look at that. I don't have my clock in front of me here with the monitor, so let me know if I go over. Yeah, this is cool actually. This is a far better system than what we have in there. Than what we have. This is nice to use this. Okay, so what are these?
Goblet cells.
Goblet cells? Good. And here's the nuclei for the regeneration of the new cells that are going to come replace the other ones. And so every once in a while you can see a nucleus and kind of more or less where the cell would be. A little fuzzy. Great job with the light. Okay, and so what kind of epithelium is this? Great, and what's the name of this sublayer in here? Lamina propria, yeah, it's got a realer tissue, blood vessels are in there, little nerves. Any questions about, oh look, looks like you can see a little bit of the microvilli. Kind of looks like a border there. Call that the brush border. So that's the microvilli. Pretty cool. That's a good slide. So that was the jejunum. Any questions about that one? No? Okay, let's throw one more up there. Let's see. Liver's pretty straightforward. Do you want the ileum or the esophagus? Esophagus? Okay. All right. Let's look at the glands. Okay, so we're a little far away to tell yet what this epithelium looks like up here, but you could probably tell that it's stratified. So let's just get a little closer. Because what's the only organ that we studied on the slides that has the non-keratinized stratified squamous? This one, the esophagus. Yes, this is esophagus. And so here you can see there's your noteworthy characteristics, non-keratinized stratified squamous. Could still get closer, but I'm not gonna for the sake of time. And these are, what are these called? Yeah, those are the esophageal glands, right, the mucus. So they're in this main layer. You see starts about here and goes to about right there. What is that main layer? Submucosa. Yeah, those are esophageal glands. And here's our next main layer, here to there. What's that?
Muscular externa.
Muscular externa. Good. And how about this one? Adventitia. Good. All right, great. So on Wednesday, I'm going to do a short lecture on chapter 17. There's notes and PowerPoint for you to look at. And then we'll do the review game. And then in lab, we'll have histology exam and then lab review.